types of women you should never trust. Listen, at the end of the day, there are still people out there who play games, who take advantage of people, and who are just too damn cowardly to face themselves. So their hell becomes your hell because they choose to just spew that shit all over you. So if you're new here, you're like, who's this very direct woman? My name is Arica Angelo, dating and relationship expert for men for 13 years now. And so I'm helping you guys connect with women intimately in a way that you feel confident about. So make sure that you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. And if you're a guy that you get rejected by women a lot, ouch, it sucks, no one likes it, then make sure you get my free video training, the 5 mistakes to avoid painful rejection with women. Watch it to the very end because I promise you, you have some blind spots that you're not paying attention to, and that is costing you severely. So quit getting rejected, watch the training video all the way to the end. So what type of women should you just never ever trust? When you go on a date with a woman and she starts giving you a victim story and everything is everyone else's fault and she holds no accountability whatsoever, run like hell. Run with the wind. Because what you found is a person who is not going to take responsibility for themselves, which inherently means that you are going to be responsible for every challenge, everything that goes wrong in the relationship. That is going to be on your shoulders. Now, what guys tend to do is you get mesmerized by the pretty face, the perky titties, the nice ass, and you go, what the hell with it. I'll go for the ride. I know Arica Angelo told me to avoid this type of woman, a woman who's not accountable, a woman who's a victim, who she's not taking responsibility for herself. I know she told me to avoid her, but have you seen that ass? And I'm like, and we're going to be here a year from now, and you're going to be crying to me about how she took you for everything you had. Your emotions, your mental capacity, your time, your money, all of it. Why? Because you didn't listen to what she said. I get it. You guys are visceral. You see something, you want it, you hunt. I love that about you. But there's a time and a place for it. And so that doesn't mean you have to sell yourself short. When you meet a woman who's beautiful on the outside, but her insides show a woman who has not taken accountability or responsibility for herself, and you go, oh, with time, it'll change. Bullshit. It's not going to change, because if it were going to change, she'd be changing it today. Listen, we all come from like a hard circumstances. Everyone goes through something hard in their lives. But the difference between the kind of people you want to be with and not be with are the people who take personal responsibility. When someone says, yeah, I did this and it sucked and I shouldn't have done that, and I learned my lesson and now I do this a lot differently so that I don't have to keep repeating that mistake. Or I went through this really shitty relationship and it sucked, and these are the steps that I'm taking to heal myself so that I don't keep repeating those shitty relationships. What you're hearing in that kind of language is a woman who is taking accountability, personal responsibility, and you see her doing the work. She's part of a woman's group. She sees a therapist. She's going to breath work. She's doing the things to face herself. She's working with a coach. She's watching YouTubes, taking notes. She's implementing what she's learning. That's the kind of woman that you want to hold close. But the kind of woman that you want to avoid, that you shouldn't trust, is a woman who's not trust herself enough to start facing herself. Hey guys, no matter where you are in your journey with women, I've got you covered with one of my courses. So make sure that you check these courses out at aricaangelo.com. Because most of the time, let's just be honest, when shit has happened, when things have been rough in our lives and it's been hard, the last thing we want to do is go inwards and start dealing with that. Why? Because it's painful. And most of the time we have hopelessness around it. And so we go, I'm not going to look at that. I'm going to run away. But at the end of the day, as a human being, we know that in order to overcome something, we have to face it. And so when you have a woman that keeps running from the things in her life and she's not facing them head on, I promise you, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when she starts doing that to you. And those problems now become your problems. The other type of woman that you don't want to trust and you just want to stay away from is a woman who is solely focused on herself. Meaning she never asks you questions about you. She's not interested in your emotional well-being. She's not interested in what makes you excited, what makes you get out of bed. She's not interested in ever having sex with you. She's not interested in all those things because she's only interested in herself. Why? Why would you sign up for that? For a life of misery? Don't you think that you deserve more? Once again, men get caught up with this and you start making excuses for her thinking she's going to change. She's just busy right now. She's very focused on her career. She has a lot of turmoil going on. All probably true, but at the end of the day, when we truly care about someone, we are going to take an interest in their life. And if we don't, that means that we're too overly focused on ourselves and we don't have space for that person. So when she is selfish and she is not actively invested into your life by asking questions, by going and doing the hobbies that you enjoy, by spending time with your friends or your family, and it's just all about her, what she is saying to you is, I don't have space, nor do I have interest of having you in my life. So if you stay in a relationship like that, then that says about you that you don't see yourself as valuable. So this person who is actively devaluing you by not paying attention to you, by not being interested in you, says you're okay with people not having a value for you, which says to me, you don't value yourself. Maybe, perhaps, you should start there. The other woman that you should never, ever trust is... we're going to talk about it, money. We're going to talk about money. When she never, ever offers to pay. Listen, I know of women who have been with men who may have had a lot more money than them, which is still kind of common. But maybe the guy had way more money than her. But she would still make an effort. Go out and buy him his favorite chocolates, which is not very expensive. Like if his love language was acts of service, like sneak his car away and go have his car washed for him or wash those clothes for him. Like whatever it is that makes him tick, that makes him feel loved, that she will still find a way to do it even if it doesn't cost her a fortune. But if a woman is just taking and she never offers any of her resources, time, energy, money, if she never offers any of that, listen, you have a taker on your hands. Dare I say you may even have a gold digger on your hands. Now, I get some men really like those kind of relationships because the woman's never going to dig into him emotionally, so he never has to show up with his heart. So it's actually safe if she just takes his money. But for those of you who are watching my work, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that's not what you're here for. You're not signing up for a woman just to take from you financially. So watch what she does with her resources. Is she actively spending her resources on you? If not, then you, my dear, have a taker. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe because I give a lot of brilliant advice like this, if I may say so myself, that will save you so much time, so much headache, and a lot of heartache if you just pay attention and actively apply this to your life. So in the comments section below, which of these women that you should not trust have you trusted in the past, and what are you going to do now to not repeat those mistakes? Remember this, you have what it takes, and you, my darling, right now, right here, you are deeply loved. I will see you in your next video. And oh, by the way, start trusting yourself. It'll do wonders for you.